Zweig Group invites all AEC industry leaders to the 2024 AEC Small Business and Entrepreneurship Forum, the premier event for small firms in the AEC sector. Experience innovative strategies and insights on May 21st, crafted by Zweig Group's industry experts. Engage in keynotes and interactive sessions focused on recruitment, retention, and business growth. Join Zweig Group for this unique networking opportunity and take your business to new heights. Secure your spot today and be part of the AEC industry's future. Visit zweiggroup.com for more information. The Zweig Group team looks forward to welcoming you.
You're listening to a special edition Zweig Letter podcast, putting architectural, engineering, planning, and environmental consulting guru Mark Zweig and his team of experts straight talk in your ear. Mark has more than 30 years of experience helping AEP and environmental firms thrive. And these podcasts deliver his invaluable management, industry, client, and HR advice directly to you, free of charge. The Zweig Letter and the Zweig Letter podcasts let you develop professionally, wherever you are.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining Zweig Group Media and the Zweig Letter exclusive interview series. With almost 25 years of continuous coverage of the design industry, the Zweig Letter is a constant in an ever-changing marketplace. We are bringing you some of the best and brightest minds that our industry has to offer. Today, I'm pleased to welcome one of our very own from Zweig Group itself right here on the podcast, and that would be Bill Murphy. Bill is the Director of Education here at Zweig Group, and he has made a tremendous impact in the last year that he has been here, really helping us to fine-tune our educational product and helping us take our seminars to a whole nother level. And so, without further ado, I just want to welcome Bill Murphy. And Bill, it's just great to have you here today. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Randy.
Good.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to be with us and kind of tell us a little bit more about the educational programs here at Zweig Group. And this is just, one more step that we're taking with our Zweig Letter interview series. And we're actually going to meet with several of our peers here in this office on the podcast so that people in our audience can learn a little bit more about what we do here at Zweig Group. Sometimes it's a mystery. They don't know if we do recruiting, if we do strategic planning or just M&A work or just publications. And so I think it's important to kind of get the word out and let people know the full gamut of services that we do offer. But more importantly than that, really talk about some of the ways that, we're seeing this design industry change little by little. I mean, it's 2016 and, we're seeing a lot of fundamental changes in the marketplace, even from the educational side of things as it pertains to continuing education credits, as it pertains to companies working on professional and personal development. So, Bill, I would love to just kind of hear from you and just share with us some of your thoughts as you've kind of worked here for over a year now, and that you've had a chance to kind of see, what is possible here at Zweig and what we've been able to pull together and the impact that you see it making on the industry as a whole.
Well, it's been a great year that I've been here so far, and probably the biggest thing for me was when I started here, Mark Zweig told me to be an entrepreneur. He said, find the places where we need to help develop the industry, and he specifically carved out this position as a director of education because he knew that education was important for our industry. So having a long career in education, one of the things that I've seen within this industry is to get ahead, you have to be educated. You have to stay up on the latest techniques and the latest trends. And you will fall behind if you're not staying educated, if you're not keeping yourself, up to speed with what everyone else is doing. So this is a great opportunity here at Zweig Group to keep propelling the industry forward, to make them better so our clients are getting a better product. All of that is really going to help us.
Well, that's awesome. And you actually have a military background. You served our country and retired from the Air Force. And you actually you come here with a lot of experience as it pertains to education and project management and the like. You want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm kind of a little, I guess I'd call myself a mutt. I flew airplanes for years in the Air Force, and then I got into logistics and really in the project management of logistics. And I ended up becoming an instructor. And I've taught since I think 1994 was the first time I took a class on how to become a teacher. And so I've been teaching for over 20 years, and I still teach at the University of Arkansas now. And I've seen this grow from before the internet was really anything. It was a stubby pencil and a chalkboard with folks, and to see it come so far with online things, the webinar series that we're doing with the Becoming a Better Recruiter, that is all exciting to see that. So I've been really excited about being a part of that. Part of my background in the Air Force, I also got into strategic planning and strategic development, and I'm able to take all of that, the background that I have, and kind of meld it together and put together some really neat programs for everybody.
Okay. So, and I think the other thing to mention is that, the educational piece for us here at Zweig is interesting also because, we're educating adults. Right. And adult education is a little different than, when you were back in school, back in your college days, or even in, when you were in high school or whatever. I mean, teaching adults and captivating adults for a period of time is not easy. What would you say are some of the things that we've done to try to keep people engaged in some of the educational programs that we put on?
Well, you're spot on about the adult learner. There was a study that came out several years ago, and it said the average adult stops learning at the age of 24. To me, that's kind of frightening. So what we're really trying to do is we bring to life in our seminars, we bring to life the things that we do from our consulting. So we take some of those lessons that we have learned, the good and the bads, and we integrate that into our programs. We also take from our surveys, and you take this relevant data that these people within the industry are using, and we apply it into our seminars. So we try to make them lively. They're very interactive. They're very up to date. We will go through every seminar weeks prior to it, and we'll make sure that the latest data is in there. And we just try to make it interactive. Some of our seminars are smaller, so they're more intimate, and you get to know the instructor very well, and you actually develop a great relationship, which is what we want. Some are a little bit larger, which is also beneficial because you get to learn from other companies and how they're doing things and what works for them, and so you can kind of see a gamut of the smaller, more intimate, and the larger things. But no matter how you look at it, either of those are going to give you a great educational opportunity.
Okay. Well, so if I were just hearing about this for the first time, I mean, you've kind of given us a basic outline, but kind of walk me through what would a day be like at a Zweig Group seminar, whether it's becoming a better recruiter or, building an entrepreneurial firm or project management. What can the participant expect in that type of environment?
For the 1-day seminars, we'll always start out with breakfast. We're always going to feed you, and we're always going to pump you full of coffee.
Okay.
And then we start our program usually about 8:30 in the morning, and we go through, depending on the seminar, you may have some case studies about the individual topic. You'll get a presentation of here's where the current industry is. Here's the goods and the bads. Here's some of the survey data. We provide lunch, obviously, through the middle there. Make sure that you're well hydrated and fed and stay awake.
Right.
And in the afternoon, we're really trying to bring it home. So by the end of the day, one, you're going to be worn out because you're learning so much, and it's a fantastic event. But at the end of the day, you're going to walk away with a bunch of scribbled notes, and you'll have a workbook that we give you as well, and things you can start to do that afternoon. On the airplane, you maybe jot down some things that here's where I want to get started. You will not walk away from a seminar without having something that you can apply the next day. Now, for our larger, what I call our flagship program is the Principals Academy. It's a 2-day event, and it is chock full of activities. We have about 12 different sessions in there, and frankly, Randy and I are both instructors in that, and we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
We frankly run out of time for presenting material. There's so much more we'd like to present and to share, and it will push you the entire 2 days. You'll be busy, but I guarantee when you go home that you're gonna have some things that you want to do, and you're gonna start pushing your company forward.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that the TPA I liken it to almost like a 2-day MBA boot camp.
Absolutely.
And it does, and especially, and I'm always excited when we do those principal academies, if I may reflect, that when we see a lot of younger people that are on the rise in their organizations and in their companies, and they have so much, they have so many ideas and they have so much energy. I don't know about you, but I feed off of them when we're presenting, because they get so much out of a Principals Academy type program. But you said something else that reminded me of one of the challenges of putting on any type of educational programs, and that's simply you mentioned the airplane of getting on that airplane and going back home and being able to go over your notes and what have you. But one of the things that's kind of nice about the way that we do our seminars is that we can actually bring the seminar to you, the client. If someone has a need to do something in-house and they have a large enough group, we can certainly do that for them. What does that look? What does an in-house program look like?
Well, I get a lot of questions on the in-house things, and really what people want is, I don't want the generic project management program. I want something that is tailored to my organization, and we do a lot of these, of course, over the year. What we will do is we'll have this discussion, and we'll have some lead time, and they're usually about 3 months or so before we would present something. But we'll talk with you over the phone multiple times and figure out what we call your pain points are. Where is it that you're not succeeding, or what you want to do better? And we will come up with a plan, and we'll modify our content to match the goals and the direction that your company wants to go in. And it can be, you may have 6 people within your firm. We've had some that we've had over 40 people within a firm. And we just did one not that long ago where we tailored everything. The entire program was revamped just to match what this company does. And it was, from everyone I talked to, it was a huge success. So for the company, they save a lot of money because there's no travel. Nobody leaves the office. You don't have the 2 days of downtime with a travel itinerary. So there's actually great savings. And if you kind of dive into how much does it cost me per hour for a professional development hour or a CEU, that's actually the best bang for your buck.
Yeah.
We come to you, we present it. It helps you directly. Just a great opportunity.
So it's almost like a design your own seminar, if you will.
It is, absolutely it is.
That's exciting. Well, so then, given that information, what could you tell us? I mean, give us an idea of some of the different programs that are offered or that are available here at Zweig from a seminar perspective.
Sure. One thing I'm trying to do, when I took over this program about a year ago, I was trying to expand everything. And what I want to look for is programs that will support the beginning professional, so that engineer straight out of school or that architect straight out of school, all the way up through the CEO or through the principal. So we want to be able to help everybody across that spectrum. So we have everything from project management for a brand new project manager. We have things for people who have been project managers for a while, but they're going to progress up into a principal or a senior project manager. We have programs that get into financial management. You offer the one for recruiting, really for the hiring managers more than anything else, not just recruiters.
Yeah.
So it actually digs a little bit deeper into the firm. We do one on how do you change a firm into an entrepreneurial firm. We call it building an entrepreneurial firm. And it takes a company who may have a small business mindset and tries to transform them into really, I call it kind of a powerhouse, that you are something, you're a firm that's going to grow exponentially. And it really has to do with some decisions that you make. We also do a business development program. It's a one-day, very intensive program. You will get a lot out of it. It has to do with marketing, sales, and business development. We always get great reviews on that. And again, back to our flagship program, we also do our Principals Academy.
Okay. Now, I know that there are some other events that we do and that have an educational component to them, like Hot Firm,
Right.
And that's an annual event that we do in this year, 2016. For those of you that are listening before September 22nd, it does take place at the Arizona Biltmore,
Yes.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Yes.
2016, and it hopefully, I guess Phoenix will be a little cooler at that point in time.
That's what they're telling us right now.
That's what they're telling us.
We'll have some cool nights.
Maybe
which will be
90s
nice.
instead of 100s, 100-degree weather. But the bottom line is that that's also an environment where a lot of learning takes place, because I know specifically with the Hot Firm event that there are several breakout sessions, and we'll have a number of subject matter experts that will be in attendance at the Hot Firm event that will be sharing some of the things that they're doing in the industry.
Absolutely. We're going to have, I know we have at least 9 breakout sessions in addition to our keynote speakers. So great opportunities to learn different things. You'll get professional development hours or continuing education hours throughout the 2 days. And it's a great opportunity to meet these folks who are presenting and learn more about it. Again, it's going to be very intimate. It's very very social. And it's a way of developing relationships with these folks. So you'll learn a lot from it, and you'll walk away with possibly new friends or somebody you can rely on and you can go reach out to later.
Okay. And now you mentioned continuing education. So with the Zweig education program, we are able to give continuing education credits through SHRM. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's several ways that we can do it. We are certified we're an approved provider by the American Institute of Architects.
Okay, AIA.
So we're a preferred provider. It doesn't mean you have to be just an AIA certified professional. So SHRM, if you take some of these seminars or you attend our conference, you can get credits through SHRM. You just apply those. Okay. Just like SMPS, you can apply it through there. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
And I hate using acronyms. So SHRM is the Society of Human Resource Management, and SMPS is the Society of Marketing Professional Services.
Absolutely.
So so I know for some of you out there, like, what is that? And it's just like, I know I hate the acronym soup, so we want to avoid that when possible. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're a professional and you're certified by some organization, you can take these and apply it to a recertification.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And I know that in most of the industry that we deal with within the design space, everybody has to have a certain number of continuing ed hours each year. So it's definitely beneficial for them, and the barrier to entry is fairly low, and the quality of the programs is fairly high, which I think is really good.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So now I understand, and our offices are very close to each other. That you're kind of a mad scientist here, and you've got some ideas on the future. What will education look like in 2017 here at Zweig Group? Do you have any ideas?
Well, we're going to make some more changes again. We're going to continue to offer our programs that are getting a lot of response and a lot of attendees. But I'm not going to sit still and just do those. That just doesn't make sense to me. So one of the things that we've been talking about here now is we're going to start putting together these hybrid programs. So we're going to create a menu of different types of programs, and maybe a lot of these will be customized, but we can put a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we'll put a program together, maybe a 1 day, a half a day, or 2 day, or whatever you like. And it really is customized to the needs of the organization. So it might be something on leadership. It might be something on decision making. It could be something on project management or finance. So we can bring out the right professional to help lead that and teach that type of training. So we're looking at that model right now. This year we started, I believe it was 4 new seminars. Okay. So this next year I'm looking to bring on probably 2 or 3 others in addition to this. So we're going to continue to grow. I'm not going to stop. What I'm really trying to find is that feedback from the industry. Right. Is what do they need? And right now, the thing that I've heard lately is 2 things. One is they're not getting the training they think they need. And another one is leadership. There is a great demand for leadership training. And that never goes out of style. There are ways to get that leadership training out there. I'm not one of those people who likes to read a book and then I'll spout it to somebody else. Right. And as you know, Mark does not like that either. No. So we don't believe in leadership by theory. That's not what we do.
Right. By practice.
Yeah, by practice. Right. Absolutely. So we're going to take what has worked, what will work, and we'll create these courses based on those types of things. So I'm kind of excited about what we're going to do. I'm actually working. That's one of my projects on my computer is putting together next year's calendar. And what we really do is we try to reach out to, or we find the pockets. So there's a lot of firms in this one city or that city, and we try to bring some of our training to you. And if we can put the right seminar in the right location, we get a great crowd and kind of a local crowd too. But we're going to still scatter across the country. We go East Coast, West Coast, and Central. We try to go where people are and go to a place where they can usually get into and out of easily.
Yeah.
So it is like being a mad scientist, because there's a lot of pieces and parts you got to put together, but it's exciting.
So yeah, and as you mentioned that, I'm just thinking, will many of those programs that you're working on, will they lend themselves to being presented to people in a webinar? Will that be an option? Kind of like what we've done for Becoming a Better Recruiter, where we've taken a live seminar program and made it also a webinar, which is available to a wide audience. So, I mean, you want to talk a little bit about just how we're using webinars moving forward in the education department?
Absolutely. I've had actually a lot of phone calls about that people say, I just can't travel. Maybe they don't have a travel budget within their firm. So we want to make things available to people. So Randy, your program, the Becoming a Better Recruiter, we started to move that onto an online in a webinar format so we can reach more people.
Yeah. And
you may only get 1 hour of it. This particular one is a 6-hour series, which is very exciting, and it's a great look at what you have done on the seminar on the road kind of thing. If we can move some of these to online, you may not be able to attend something someplace else, but you can still get that education online, and you still get credits. You still get your continuing education credits.
Yeah.
So we're looking at doing those webinars. Eventually, I'd like to do some online classes and some online seminars where it's moderated and it's led by one of our instructors. Yeah, we'll get there. We're just not there just yet because we have so much on our plate. We're trying to do one thing at a time, but we'll get to that point where we're doing online courses as well.
Maybe we'll have a Zweig Group brown bag lunch webinar series or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I know people always talk about that, but that's kind of how we structured the BBR to happen over kind of the lunch hour, but that would be kind of nice. And, I think companies need to, figure out where they can fit in professional and personal development and fit it in there, because it will go a long way with retaining great talent, especially from that perspective, because people want to continue to grow and learn. I think it's very important, especially in this industry where, as an engineer and architect, I mean, you don't, when you get your cap and gown and you graduate from college as an engineer, mechanical, electrical, structural, or you get that after 5 years, you get that architectural degree, you don't stop learning there. It's a continual process. So
absolutely right.
Yeah,
you have to continue to grow. And one of the things that, as you're very well familiar with on the recruiting side, is one of the great retention tools is devoting time to your employees and to your members. And that means dedicating time and resources into their education and furthering their education. So I think it's a great tool to retain your high talent.
Well, man, that's great. Well, listen, Bill, I appreciate you so much. I know I kept trying to wrangle you and wrestle you to get some time together to talk about this, but I really just wanted to kind of share with the audience, a different area of the company and what's going on. And so, I mean, you've been doing some amazing things over the last year here in the educational group, and so we're excited to see how 2016 will end up and what we'll do in 2017. So thank you so much for taking time to connect with me, and I really appreciate that. So
thank you, Randy.
Folks, as a reminder, all Zweig Group media programs like this one are available free for download on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube, just to name a few places. We'd like to thank you for listening to the podcast by offering you a free copy of the Zweig letter. Just visit info.zweiggroup.com/free TZL. A link to all of this information will be in our show notes. And if you're in a really giving mood, feel free to share this link with a friend. It's kind of like spreading the love and the knowledge all wrapped up in one. I'm Randy Wilburn, and you've been listening to Zweig Group Media, part of Zweig Group. We exist to make you more successful. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to this special edition Zweig Letter podcast. We hope that you can apply Mark's no-holds-barred advice to your daily professional life. For a free copy of the Zweig letter, please visit info.zweiggroup.com/free TZL. If you want more wisdom and inspiration, in addition to information about finance, HR, and marketing your firm, start reading and sharing the Zweig Letter today.